Time is just absolutely flying by and we're already thinking about Christmas trees. Can you believe this? That's the Distillery District in Toronto. We have your full forecast details here. I'm Victoria Fenn, Alvarado. As always, it's a pleasure to have you here with us. Let's start off in the East Coast, where we could start off your Saturday with some passing showers, especially for places like Yarmouth, Halifax, Charlottetown, even Cape Breton Island. You could experience a mixing of rain and snow for your Saturday in through your Sunday. Monitoring that for portions of Newfoundland, northern portions of Newfoundland, you could experience some mixing. For the most part on your Monday, high pressure in place, so you could experience cloud cover, just like that video I showed you just a few moments ago. Your temperatures, though, fairly cool. Welcome to November, 7 degrees in Sydney, Truro. Mostly just a mixing. Where we certainly didn't see snow is southern Ontario on Halloween, getting upwards of 20 degrees in some places, 22 degrees. That broke a record for you in Toronto, but you know what? We're getting back up to those 20-degree temperatures. You just got to deal with these cooler conditions for your Sunday and Monday. By Tuesday, bumping back up, but you have to deal with rain alongside those warm conditions. Here's a look at your afternoon conditions, but we could see some showers in your long-range forecast. High pressure in place for your Saturday and Sunday, so clear skies until Monday. That's why those icons were indicating in your long-range forecast a little bit of rain for you in Atlantic Canada. We start off with the Colorado low that could bring in some showers, but the Texas low, that's the one we're really watching that could bring in heavy rainfall totals, upwards of 20 to 30 millimeters in some areas. Those are preliminary numbers, so you want to stay with us here at the Weather Network as we continue to update that rainfall. Meanwhile, in the prairies, cool conditions, but you know what? These are fairly seasonal for this time of year. Winnipeg, 7 degrees, Saskatoon, 8 degrees, and we cannot rule out the possibility for snow, especially in Alberta with this low tracking on through. We could see some showers by Monday in Manitoba, but this system could bring in heavier rain, or snowfall, I should say, for Edmonton, Red Deer, and southern portions of Alberta could see some rain. Calgary, that would be you specifically. That's by your Tuesday. Here's a look at your 7-day forecast in Calgary. You see those temperatures starting to drop a little bit, indicating some snow. Right now, we're looking at approximately 3 centimeters of snow, so not enough to break your back shoveling, but certainly enough to monitor. It's certainly that time to start getting those winter tires on. Meanwhile, in Winnipeg, 9 degrees on Sunday with that rain, but by Tuesday, sunshine, still 9 degrees. We're just in that low single digits there for you across Winnipeg. Again, normal for this time of year. Meanwhile, soggy for you on Sunday and Monday for British Columbia, I should say. But we're also watching some elevation snow on that 1,200 meter mark. We'll talk more in the program about how much snow you could see, and I'll leave you here with your temperatures across British Columbia. Just rising way later and setting way earlier. But you know what? For those of you who are looking for an extra hour of sleep, your wish has been granted. It is daylight saving time. This is your friendly reminder to change the clocks before you go to bed tonight. The clocks are falling back an hour. I always remember fall back in the fall. Wait, what's it? It's spring forward, fall back. That's what it is. I'm like giving you a tip and I don't even remember. Fall back. So you're getting an hour of sleep. That's how the math works. But at 2 a.m., the clocks are moving back. So it's best to just do it before you go to bed, so that way you don't wake up and panic thinking, what's going on? A lot of your cell phones do it automatically right now. But I have some additional tips for you this daylight saving time. Spring forward, fall back. A term that triggers your brain to set your clocks forward 1 hour in the spring at the start of daylight saving time and 1 hour back in the fall when DST ends. Along with changing your clocks, don't forget your car too. Use this opportunity to check some tasks off of your to-do list that we don't typically get to very frequently. Replace the batteries in your smoke and carbon monoxide detectors. This tip is a lifesaver. Avoid a fire hazard by also vacuuming out your dryer vent. Replace the filters in your heater and/or air conditioner. If your ceiling fan has a switch, go ahead and switch it counterclockwise in the spring. This will keep you cooler. Clean up your space. This is a good opportunity to swap out the clothes in your closet for the next season's wardrobe. Toss out any expired items from your kitchen and medicine cabinet. Speaking of medicine, it's always great to have an emergency kit prepared in your home in preparation for any thunderstorms or winter storm. Remember to pack a flashlight and first aid kit. While you're cleaning, flip or rotate your mattress. Your back will thank you. Wash your pillows, and now you may take a nap. Just remember to set your clocks before you fall asleep. Great tips there. I highly recommend if you have nothing to do this Saturday, try to do some of those. I certainly have been changing out my closet because those conditions getting cool here in southern Ontario. We have another warm up on the way. I'll show you that in just a second. But first, here's a look at some of the systems across our country. We have a Colorado low that could bring in some rainfall to portions of the east, southern Ontario specifically, and then a Texas low, which could also bring some rainfall to you throughout Ontario and Atlantic Canada. Plenty of, I want to say, rain and snow, just a mixed precipitation through British Columbia. Let's start off in Ontario, where I mentioned that Colorado low and that Texas low. Those two systems bringing in potentially heavy rainfall. Right now, these are projected totals upwards of 20 to 30 millimeters in some places. We're also monitoring rain on the west coast. I mentioned a little bit of mix of everything. Well, this is the rain that you could experience through your Saturday, upwards of 10 millimeters. In your long-range forecast, even heavier rainfall is possible. Meanwhile, on those highway passes, we are watching for some snow. Good news for folks who are interested in the winter weather, those winter activities. We're inching closer and closer to winter, but we are only looking at upwards of 10 centimeters on those highway passes, still enough to affect your drive. So you should have some winter tires on by now. Winter tires are a good thing in Alberta too, because we do have some snow on the way. Starting off as snow through northern portions of Saskatchewan and Manitoba could see some rain, but that snow through Alberta more widespread through your Monday afternoon in through evening, starting off as rain in Edmonton, Calgary, and Red Deer, but then transitioning to some wet snow, even some accumulation. We could experience upwards of 3 centimeters of accumulation as that continues to push towards Saskatoon as well. It's perfect to be weather aware in your long range forecast and throughout this weekend. Here's a look at how much snow we're projecting.